So, hello. Today I wanted to talk about loneliness. Um, First of all, what is loneliness? It is basically the thing that you're running from, is basically exactly what you're looking for. You know, the very sensation of loneliness. I'm not talking about the concept of loneliness, but I'm talking about the substance of loneliness. Most people, I would say 99.999% of all people, are feeling loneliness to some extent. Most people are unaware of it because they're constantly trying to fill that hole in themselves. What you are is pure emptiness, but you're so afraid of that emptiness that you're trying to constantly fill that emptiness up. And the more you try to fill that up, the more the emptiness seems to become dangerous, and it starts to become a sensation of loneliness. Um, that very sensation of loneliness, the substance of it, not the concept of it, if you are really touching that, not with your hands, but with the hands of your consciousness, who you are is consciousness. So I should say, when you put yourself onto the substance called loneliness, the lightning is crazy. When you put yourself, which is consciousness, onto the substance, the real felt sensation that you call loneliness, then there is no you experiencing loneliness, there is only the loneliness. You see? And when you're not labeling it, then you experience a living part of yourself. Normally we run away from it, but when you stay there will be a kind of transformation. You will not be blessed with a sudden feeling of excitement or, hormones. It's pretty hard to describe it because I cannot say that you will be blessed with happiness or something like that. But you will, first of all, no longer fight that loneliness that you are. When you feel that loneliness inside of you, it transforms. It's no longer painful. And it becomes a sense of love. But it's not the kind of love that you have when you are in a relationship with somebody. It is a kind of okayness with the whole of existence. You don't feel lonely anymore, but you feel alone. But in a good way, you don't feel like a beggar anymore. So you're not looking for something to fill that hole inside of you, because that hole that you're constantly trying to fill up with things is now feeling enough. And that is pure self-love. So that's how you can turn loneliness into pure self-love. It is a state of integrity because you can participate in the world without having to have something from the world. You're not a beggar anymore. You're not a hunter for something. You're not hungry. You're not a hungry ghost. I think in Tibet or in some kind of Buddhist tradition, there's this term, or maybe in Zen, I've heard, it's called the hungry ghost. And I'm not exactly sure how they are using this word or this term. But if you ask me, hungry ghost simply means that you, or let's just say a person who cannot accept their inherent emptiness, is constantly trying to fill that up with things. So you go into relationships, you chase that money, you chase those parties, you try to meet new people, you try to find experience new experiences, but not because you really like to. Deep down you do it because you hope that these things will fill you up. You're like a hungry ghost. You're simply a consumer of things. You're like a monster. You're like a monster constantly trying to find something to consume, and you're never satiated. You're never full. And you will never be full. Because what you are is already enough. You are that emptiness. You are that which you call loneliness. And when you are simply touching the substance you call loneliness with yourself, which is consciousness, which means that there's no separation, there's no barrier between you and the thing you call loneliness, then you will experience that very thing that you're constantly trying to run away from. You see? My lips are so dry. I'm trying to change it with some, I don't know what it's called, but it's constantly becoming dry again and again. So you have to go into that loneliness, and at some point you will see that there is no need to fill that up. You're already full, and then you become like the sun. You're not like the desperate moon who's constantly reliant on the sun. You're the sun. We are, you know what creates time is, let's say for example, you feel fear, the sensation of fear in your body. Most people feel it to some extent. Some people are suppressing it, so it's just in a subtle way you can just feel it as a certain tightness, maybe in the neck or in the jaw. But most people feel fear, and of course our natural instinct says, avoid it, just go away from that fear. And as soon as you have that fear, in the very instance that you perceive the fear, you automatically create the desire for something better. In the moment you feel loneliness, you give birth to the desire of intimacy with someone. The moment you are afraid of an appointment that you have in a few days, you automatically create the desire to have a very comfortable moment in your living room. You see, and that creates time. The very act of trying to avoid what you don't like is creating the desire to get something that you like. And that creates the movement of lack. You behave like a beggar, you behave like someone who needs something, you want to change something, it's never good enough, you always have a reason to complain about things, you're always feeling insecure, you're never happy, you're never satisfied, you're never satisfied this way. And no matter how hard you try to chase that thing you think is going to make you happy, you're always going to be followed by the thing that you try to avoid, because that thing you're trying to avoid is one with you. The separation between you and the thing you're trying to avoid is an illusion, because you are that thing. If you feel fear, you are that fear. You cannot run away from fear. You can try to numb it, you can drink as much alcohol as you want to until you fall. But then you will wake up and you will notice that the fear is still there because it's you. Face that fear because it's who you are, or face that loneliness because it's who you are. And you touch the substance of it and you will see that it will transform into a kind of wholeness in the form of emptiness that does not need to be filled. I don't know if it's called lip moisturizer. I don't know the English word for this thing. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. So, and you can also feel the desire to go somewhere where it feels better. That creates the time. I would rather be somewhere else. I've seen an image of a reversed triangle where you can see that there's the fear that you try to avoid, there's the desire, the place that you would like to be, and then in the middle, down there, is the non-dual state, where you can simply observe the very push and pull, the push away from where you don't want to be, and the pull towards where you want to be. You can observe or in actuality, it's just one energy. You can observe that very energy that wants you to be somewhere else in your body. And when you can stay with it without trying to label it or name it or create an artificial barrier between you and it, when you can fully touch it and be one with it, then you're no longer trapped in samsara. You're no longer trapped in time. You're no longer trapped psychologically. And you're fully here, and it's enough. No matter what's happening right now, even if you feel an immense amount of sadness or fear, if you're able to stay with it, you don't have to change it, just stay with it. It's like an inner yes to what is. Then in that moment, you're already out of lack. You're already in wholeness. So the presence of fear or loneliness or sadness or grief or whatever is not an indicator that you are in a state of lack. It's just when you resist it, that's when you're in lack. So you can turn your loneliness. I wanted to make this video to let you know that there's a way out of loneliness. And I'm not going to give you a tip or a trick or an exercise that will help you to get rid of loneliness. I'm basically telling you, go into that loneliness and see that you are not separate from it. But when you are accepting the presence of that which you call loneliness, then you will no longer be a beggar for something, because you will feel full. The fullness that you're looking for in the world, trying to get rid of your loneliness, is in your loneliness. Try it yourself and tell me what happens. Alright, so if you like this video, like it, subscribe, leave a comment, and have a great day.